As a citizen from Gaza, after a long time in war, one night I'm out of drinking water and I went out looking for it. I wish I hadn't. The Night the Jinn. In the heart of Gaza, where the scars of conflict ran deep and the nights were heavy with, there lived a man named Uz, a father of 3. He endured years of hardship, but the ongoing blockade had made even the most basic necessities, like water, a daily struggle. One sweltering night, the taps in his home ran dry once again. His children were thirsty, his wife weary, and the weight of responsibility pressed heavily on his shoulders. Desperate Yusuf decided to venture out into the night in search of. He grabbed a plastic jug, slipped on his sandals, and stepped into the dimly lit streets. Moon hung low and glow over the strewn alleys. The city was quiet save for the distant hum of generators and the occasional bark of a stray dog. As Yusuf walked, felt a strange unease settle over him. The air seemed thicker, the shadows longer. He passed by abandoned buildings, their windows shattered, empty eyes staring into the night. He reached a well-known public water tap, but it dry. Frustrated and exhausted, he slumped against a nearby wall, clutching his jug. That's when he heard it. A faint, like the rustle leaves in the wind. It grew louder, more distinct, until it became a voice, cool and smooth as moonlight. Water is scarce, isn't it? Startled, Yusuf looked around but saw no one. The voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. "Who's there?" he called out, his voice trembling. From the shadows emerged a figure, a tall, being with eyes that glowed like embers. Its form shimmered, half real, half dreamlike. Yusuf's heart. He had heard stories of the jinn, spirits born from fire, but he had never believed them. "Do not be afraid," the jinn said, its voice soothing. "I am not here to harm. I have watched your struggle and your courage moves me." Yusuf steadied himself. "If you are truly a jinn, can help me. My children are thirsty. People are suffering." The jinn tilted its head, its gaze piercing, yet kind. "I can give you water, but it comes price. Of your heart." Yusuf nodded, desperate. "I'll anything." The jinn extended its hand, and from its palm a small spring of water bubbled forth, crystal clear and cool, filled Yusuf's to the brim, then overflowed, pooling at his feet. He knelt, cupping the water in his hands, and drank deeply. Was the sweetest water he had ever tasted. "Thank you," he said, tears in his eyes. "But what is the price?" Thin's expression grew solemn. "You must share this water others, not just your family, but with those who need it most. And you must do so without expectation of reward." Yusuf hesitated. The water in his jug was precious, and it would be enough his family for days. But he thought of his neighbors, of the elderly woman down the street who could barely walk, of the children who in the rubble. He knew what he had to do. "I will share it," said. The jinn smiled, its form beginning to fade. "You passed the test. Remember, true wealth is not in what you keep, but in what you give." With that, the jay vanished, leaving Yusuf alone in. He hurried home, his heart light despite the heavy jug in his hands. True to his word, he the water with family and then went door to door, offering it to his neighbors. The never seemed empty morning, the street had their thirst quenched. From that night, Yusuf became a symbol of generosity in his community. He saw the jinn again. He felt its presence a warm reminder that even in darkest times could bring light. And nights, when the moon full, Yusuf would to the stars and whisper a prayer gratitude, just for the but for the lesson that had changed his life forever.